What is up, gamers? We're back, and we've got the updated Traptrix deck profile. So yeah, I said that the build in my last video was probably not going to be the finished build, and it definitely wasn't. There's been kind of a change in the deck building philosophy behind this deck, mostly inspired by Pack's triple structure deck list. But I wanted to make a more constructed version, still kind of using the same design philosophies that I saw him use because I thought they were really smart. So this is what I came up with, and I want to explain some of my choices. Important to note that I do have this built in paper, and so I wanted to use cards that I actually own in paper, so we're still playing one Prosperity. And the first card is actually probably where I'd be playing the other two Prosperities, but right now I decided I switched these two cards around so much. I finally settled on just running 2 Exceed, and I've been liking it. I've never drawn both Exceeds so far, and I mean, the thing with Exceed and kind of the change in design philosophy was like, okay, let's not build the deck so far. Like the old build was like, okay, we're gonna build to go first, with the exception of evenly matched. The design philosophy behind this version of the deck is, no, we want to be able to go second as well, because the Traptrix engine isn't super tight. Like, there's a lot of flex spots, so why not use those flex spots to just put in generically good going second cards? Because the deck consistently makes its combo. Like, before, you were building the deck so you could end on like Sarah plus like 3 XEs, but that's just overkill. You can usually win with just like Sarah, Rafflesia, and a couple back row. Like, that's just good enough by itself. So why not be like, okay, we win even with a you know, a shorter combo, so let's just fill in the rest of the deck with flex spots and not combo slots. So we've taken out like the Shade Brigadines and stuff like that, but I'm still playing the 2 Exceed. I usually side this out going second. In fact, I always side it out going second, and it probably would just be 2 Prosperity, but I don't mind having it to like high roll going first and then making a crazy board. Second, we have 2 Dynanea. I bumped this up to 2 because Dynanea is crazy. It synergizes really well with Holitea because you can go Holitea, pitch a trap hole, summon, trigger Sarah special Dynanea, and then reset the trap you discarded. So you basically can do your combo without losing that card advantage from having to pitch a card off of Holitea. And I really like that interaction. It also really helps the grind game because like you can keep summoning back Dynaneas off of like Holithea's Grave Effect, and then just keep setting trap cards. So this card, it makes your combo like, it makes you have to use less cards to do your combo. Like, you get to end on more back row, and it's good in the grind game. So it's still not a very good like normal summon going like turn 1, and that's why we don't want to play 3. But I think 2 is very necessary, because if you draw 1, you want to still have 1 in deck to special. And even in grind games, like having a second 1 in deck does come up. The 3 Murmello and the 3 Mantis haven't changed. That's kind of, you know, the standard. These cards are both like just crazy on their own. They're the best normal summons, so you want to max out on them. And then this card's an crazy extender. Like before, we're still playing 3. This card I like as well. This card is not as good going second. It's really good going first. I still like playing 3 in the main, but going second, I oftentimes will just side this card out because its main purpose is just to get you into your going first combo really easy. But like, if you're going second, yeah, you'd rather this be a going second card. So yeah, I sided out going second, but I still like having 3 in the main. So Ash wasn't in the deck before, but I put it in here because, again, I want cards that are just generically good going second. And it's also a meta call because Branded is running around like crazy. I've been playing on the ranked ladder in this game a little bit, and like 90% of my games are Kashtira or Branded. And this card is good against both those decks, especially Branded. So it's like, I feel like it's almost necessary to play in this format. 1 Prosperity for consistency. I already kind of talked about that. Book of Moon. So this is another one of those cards that's like a card to help going second, but you really want something that's good going second and first, like Ash is. So that's why we're playing Book of Moon, because it's good against Kashtira, And it's also just kind of generically good against a lot of things. It can trade for a negate. You know, if your opponent ends on like a Baron, you can book the Baron to force it out and then go into like an evenly matched after they've used their Baron negate. Stuff like that. It's just kind of a generic good card. It can be switched out with other things that are good, like hand traps or whatever, but right now Book of Moon's been pretty cool. The field spell, it kind of goes hand in hand with Pudica. It's the same concept where it's really good going first, but going second I usually just end up siding it out. Holatea is amazing. This card, it's so good. It not only does it make your combo way crazier, but also just in grind games you can keep setting it off of Sarah, so every turn you can flip this and summon a monster. The fact that it also has its grave trigger to special Murmello on your opponent's turn, or like Dynanea to reset another trap. This card is just insane. Evenly matched, still in the main. It's really good this format. I've won so many games just by activating evenly matched. This card is this card is ridiculous, especially right now. Floodgate Trap Hole and Gravedigger's Trap Hole and Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare are all at 2. I think I was playing only one of some of these before, but now that I'm playing more to like just do my main trap trick, like less combo-y and more like, okay, I'm going first, I'm just going to set some back row. I like having multiples of these, especially in grind games. It comes up a lot where you end up floodgating or trap holing multiple times off of like Rafflesia. And we're also playing 2 Rafflesia now, which I'll get into later. But that just makes me want to run extra copies of these cards, and I've been really liking them at multiples. Terrifying Trap Hole Nightmare, though, is probably the worst one, and so I'm still running 1. But the times when it comes up, it really comes up. This card can be crazy if you flip it at the right time against like Branded. So it's still definitely a card you want to run, but I don't want to see it as often. So I'm just running the 1 for the Rafflesia or the Search. And then 3 Imperm. This was already in the deck before, but it still fits the new design philosophy of the deck. So it's good going first and second. So we're still maxing out on those. So the extra deck's gone through some changes. We have Zeus still. We're still playing the, what is this, Pingu. Yeah, she's still great. Just being able to search and then search for this and extend or search for other things, whatever. Redoer, still good because we're still playing this trap monster, so he still comes up a lot actually. I've oftentimes used him to get to lethal, to like remove something from the opponent's board before punching in. Alamaris, I started using this card more than I originally thought. There are a lot of times where you just have like 3 materials on board, then you just like make Alamaris, use its effective special one back, and then make Rafflesia, because like you might as well just have an extra body on board at the end of the day. Dweller's still in here because it's good against certain matchups. Yeah, 2 Rafflesia. So I didn't know this. Did you know this? This card is a soft once per turn. It's only once per turn per copy. So you'll oftentimes just like make 2 of these, and it's crazy. Also, they protect each other, which is really funny. If you have 2 of these on board, like your opponent's Raigeki or something like that, just like won't do anything, which is hilarious. I'm running these. I said I'm still running these, but actually I didn't have these in my old build. These 2 are really just because I wanted to play them. I haven't gotten a chance to play Utopic Draco Future since it became more budget, and I wanted to play it. These really should be something else, but I have ended up going into these more often than you'd think, like on turn 3, and then winning from that position. So they're good. They probably could be something else. Access code is still in here. You can still climb up to it and kill people. It's come up multiple times already, so I still feel comfortable leaving it in the deck. This card, a Typus, I don't know. This card is almost like a mini access code because it also like buffs all of your monsters' attack, but it's also just a rank 3 to get to access code. The weird thing is that all the other links are Earth, so like maybe if I cut one of these, I would put in a non-Earth like Link 2 or Link 3, so that I have more stuff to banish off access code. But I want to play this card, so I am. This card doesn't come up super often, but you should still probably just play the 1. Sarah is still the best card in the deck, though, and we're still playing 3 because it comes up, especially if Kashtira is like trying to banish stuff out of your extra. Like, I've had Kashtira opponents just try to get rid of one of these, but like, I still got 2, and that's all I need, baby. But yeah, the 3 copies is just play 3. Now for the side deck, we have 6 kind of like going first cards I want to side in going first. D-Barrier just like auto wins some matchups. It's really more in here for rogue decks than anything else, because rogue decks are usually the ones that get destroyed by D-Barrier, but I feel like D-Barrier is just like decent. And then Solemn Judgment is really important because Evenly is everywhere right now, and I cannot tell you how many times I have flipped Judgment against Evenly, and that's won me the game. I feel like this card is just like necessary inside decks right now. And then we have the 9 going second cards of choice. I picked 3 Nibiru, 3 Raigeki, because they're both really good against Kashtira, which is just everywhere right now. And then I wanted Lightning Storm to have something for back row decks, like in the mirror match. But Lightning Storm's just like generically good. So yeah, that's kind of the deck. I've really been liking this build. I think, again, the design philosophy behind it is a lot better than it was before. I like the idea of like not trying to high roll the deck into going first, and instead building the deck to be able to go first or second, which is way more flexible and way more consistent when it comes to winning games. Speaking of which, why don't we get into a game? So yeah, I'm still down here in bronze. I've just started playing, but we got a little bit of elo. You know, we're at 1050. What is that? 8. So I've been winning some games. I've also been losing some games, but you know. I got Ra's Disciple. I thought we were playing the Gimmick Puppet card. What's up with that? Ra's Disciple. That's so like 2 formats ago or something. Alright. Oh, no. Oh. Okay, paper strat. Ah! We got owned. Now, see, this is already coming up where we have a lot of going second tools, although we almost have too many. This is where I'd like this to be a prosperity. Okay, we got an emergence. Do I Ash the emergence? Yeah, why not? Okay, ashing the emergence. Oh, ask and you shall receive. We have gotten a Traptrix monster. I wonder what this is. I doubt it's Blackout. Okay, they have the Ash. That is, obviously not 100% ideal, but it's not terrible because we have this. Like, so if it's not Blackout, it's probably Sword Soul. Yeah, Imperm. I was just about to say, it's probably Imperm. Now, the hilarious thing about Sarah is that it triggers off of any normal trap, not just yours. What do we want? What's in my grave? It's just those 2? We could just get Murmello to trigger. And in fact, yeah, I'm just gonna do that. So Murmello is a mandatory effect, so it triggers, but doesn't destroy anything, but because it triggered, so we get this. Against Sword Soul? Yeah, we'll set this. Now we'll go Holatea, and we'll activate Holatea pitching the Evenly, because we don't need that. That's the Imperm column. Man, I just played against someone like a match ago who played into the Imperm column, and I was like, what an idiot. I would never fall for that. Okay, let's just punch in. I don't think it's going to matter because our Sword Soul opponent is down to 2 cards, and we have the Imperm for the Moye, and we have this for like Long. So like I think we're fine. Oh, that's hilarious. This got negated, so it's level 8 again. That actually does kind of suck. Now, there's not a lot we can do because of that. But like I said, I feel like these 2 cards against a 3-card Sword Soul hand is just probably just good enough. Okay, we have Ecclesia. Obviously, we do not Imperm, but we can Trap Hole Nightmare because it was special summoned. And then we can trigger Sarah. Ash. Well, they had to be... They weren't quite breaking, but their hand was obviously not, like, amazing. Alright, we're just going to end phase, and end phase will Holatea. Summon Mantis. And we'll Mantis... Yeah, we'll Mantis to bring this back to hand. And then we can reset it. And we're just doing that to get the Sarah trigger. And off of Sarah, we'll grab... Hand Trap Insurance? Yeah, Hand Trap Insurance. That is maybe the best draw in our deck. Let's grab... Okay, yeah, it doesn't matter. They were dead no matter what. We could have even... I was going to combo off, and we could have even made Rafflesia to, like, play around Nibiru. Okay, so I'm assuming I'm going second. So let's just side in all of these. Take these out. I always side these out going second. And that's just a matter of... I don't think Book of Moon... Book of Moon's, like, decent because it can bait out the Baron. Actually. I'm going to cut a Gravediggers because I think it's not as good in this matchup. What else do I cut? We'll cut a Book. I mean, we have all of these. Maybe I even just cut a Holatea. It's maybe not right, but... my soul tells me to do it, so I must. Okay, they got Emergence. This time I do not have any hand traps. In fact, this hand is one of the worst hands I've opened so far playing this deck. What is this? Where's all those cards I sided in? It's okay. We don't auto concede because we could still top deck the right Geki the evenly. But it's not looking great. This just might be a go to game 3 scenario. It's of course it's just the curse, you know. You turn on the camera and every time you just like draw the worst hand you've ever seen with this deck. I've never drawn a hand this bad with the deck. Even going first, this hand would be kind of weird. Like, I want to see at least a purple card. But now we just sit here and watch our Sword Soul opponent combo off. You guys play any cool games lately? If so, comment down below. I've been playing some Yu-Gi-Oh! That's, you know, playing this deck a lot, trying to get good with it. I want to be, like, competent at it at locals this weekend. Alright, they made the Cheng Ying. We're getting epically burned. Okay. Hey, there's a purple card. So, I think the strat here is just normal this. Use the effect. Let's see if they negate it. That is... I don't know. Even if I didn't have this already in hand, I feel like this is not the thing you negate, but... that's the great thing, is that this deck's new, so a lot of people don't know exactly how to play against the deck. But I think they will quickly learn, because this deck is going to get this deck is already getting super popular just because of how budget friendly it is. Alright, we'll make this, and that lets us trigger Sarah. Now, this is probably a blackout. I wasn't really paying attention to what they searched. I guess I could check in the log. But, okay, it is a blackout. I mean, I figured. So, this... does kind of suck. I'm trying to think what we... Did they... Wait, did they only target... Traptrix Sarah got targeted. Oh, what is this card? Unaffected by... Why didn't Sarah blow up? What am I missing? This card, if it be destroyed each turn, that's only set cards. I don't know. Bash one card from... Oh! Sarah's unaffected by trap effects. I, like, knew that. But I just, you know, sometimes you just have a moment, alright? Okay, what are we summoning off of this? These don't, none of these really do anything because there's, like, nothing in my grave. I guess just Mermello. Alright, well, we make Sarah again. We activate this, pitch this, summon. Well, I guess, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I'm kind of throwing, but I figured I was losing that game. Okay, let's take out the going second cards. I wonder if I leave Nibiru in. Nah, we'll take the Nibiru out. We'll do this, I think. This looks good. So you guys see any good movies? You eat any good food? Comment below. What's your favorite Pokemon? You know, what's Oh, okay, we can play the game. Okay, this is a banger. They probably have hand traps because they're Sword Soul, but we'll see what happens. Alright, they didn't have Ash because it didn't even ping back to them. Unless they're a gamer and toggled off, but I don't trust people in this game to toggle off. So we go into Sarah, Trigger Exceed. Now, they could have some blowout cards, but we have the Judgment, which is really nice. We don't have to worry about getting evenly matched. Alright. Garden. Summon Dynanea. Dynanea effect. This is crazy. We get to summon this back and then trigger Sarah. We'll set Holatea. Let's clean up the board a little bit. We'll make this. Trigger this. And then we can trigger Sarah. Oh, right. We do not have... We have already used our Dynaneas. Kind of messes up what I was trying to do. I was going to reset the Floodgate. Oh, well. Let's just go... Mermello. We'll make... this... We can go effect of this one, add this, special it to protect our singular back row that we're going to end on. Actually, chat room, I have a plan. I just have to think how I'm going to do this. These two effect, detach both of these, summon back Dynanea. Dynanea effect set the hole. See, we're using our brain. Alright, what are we ending on? I think we're just ending on another Rafflesia. We are locked into plant and insects from the extra, that's why we can't make Redoer. But I mean, this is a pretty formidable board. Our opponent is understandably deep in the think tank for this one. They have to play through... Well, there's the Duster. That's why we play this card. Duster and Lightning Storm. Well, that doesn't do anything. Like I said in the deck profile, 2 Rafflesias on field means that everything is protected. Including each other. Although they're both in defense, so it didn't matter in this case. But either way, I don't think they read Rafflesia. Yeah, they should have called just back row to get rid of this, I guess. Alright, they're making the Ecclesia. That is not going to resolve. I'm going to tell you that right now. We can go Rafflesia, copy the effect of Trap Hole Nightmare, send the hole to the grave, because that way we can activate it later this turn. So we can activate Sarah effect, set a hole for next turn. Okay, Moye. Reveal Vishuda. Let me think. So they make the token. If we flip it face down, they can Vishuda effect, but like our board is so big, I don't even know if we care about Vishuda effect. Sure, let's floodgate it. We'll trigger Sarah here. We'll go Dynanea. Dynanea effect will reset this Trap Hole Nightmare. They're thinking. So we know they have Vishuda, but again, Vishuda... Okay, they also have the Ashina. Cool. I don't think I can let that resolve. So let's copy Gravedigger. Send Mermelio. So now all they have left is Vishuda, which doesn't do anything. It just, like... It gets rid of one of our 6 monsters on our board. Yeah. Well, that was a pretty good showcase. Except for me forgetting my own card is immune to traps. That was that was the Red Scissor moment for sure. But yeah, I think that showed off really well how good the deck is. Like it's great. It did its job. Sword Soul, this is kind of why I think Sword Soul has fallen out of the meta though. Like it's too fair. Like you stop the normal summon, then they're like, oh, I guess I lose unless I have extenders. But yeah, I'm really happy with the deck so far. It seems pretty decent in this format. I think it has a surprisingly good matchup against Kashtira especially, which is of course good because that's the most popular deck right now. The Brandon matchup I feel like is worse. It can definitely spiral out of control. Thankfully, D-Barrier is really good sided in against that deck to snag wins, but... Yeah, I mean, other than that, that's all I got. Like, comment, subscribe, etc., etc. See ya.